Congressman, thank you so much for joining me.
Pleased to be here. How are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you feeling?
Very good. Thank God. Thank God. I'm doing well today.
It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you.
It's pleasure's all mine.
What was that feeling when you first took oath on the Holy Quran, which belonged to Jefferson?
Well, it was kind of a thrill, you know. It was a great thrill to do that. It was evidence that in America you could practice your faith as you choose. There actually is a provision in the United States Constitution which says that there are no religious tests for assuming political office. So in other words, nobody could ban you from office because of your being a Muslim or Jewish or Christian or whatever. You know, there's no religious test. So when the people objected to me using the Quran, they really had no legal leg to stand on. They were wrong. And I said to myself that if you're going to swear to uphold the Constitution, maybe you should read it, because some of those people who were objecting clearly didn't know what was in that document that they were swearing to uphold that day.
Your kids are growing up as Muslim kids.
Yes.
And your brother is a pastor.
Yes, he is.
So what kind of Thanksgiving dinner do you guys have? I mean, it must be like a variety of faiths together at one table.
Right. Well, first of all, we all agree we don't have any pork on the table, in respect to the Muslims, right? Okay. But then, you know, my brother might offer a prayer, I might offer one, my mother might offer one, and then we all sit down and eat. We love each other very much, you know, and there's respect between us. I think it's important to understand that in many ways, in the United States, if you have reverted to Islam, you probably still have a lot of family members who are not Muslim. And even if you were born in the faith, you still might have members of your family who are not Muslim. Or if you've even immigrated to the United States and all your relatives are Muslim, you probably have a lot of coworkers and friends who are not Muslim. So we don't have the luxury of simply saying, I don't like anybody who's not Muslim, right? We have to work in the interfaith environment. We have to work in the interfaith environment and have to operate with the idea that there are other faiths that have wisdom, have important contributions to make. You know, I have heroes who are Christian and who are Jewish and who are Buddhist and other faiths. So Martin Luther King's great Christian minister who did so much for our country to overturn segregation, and did it in parallel and in conjunction with Muslim leaders like Malcolm X and others who also helped to call our country to its better self.
Where do you think young Muslims or Muslims who don't agree with the radical philosophies of some Muslims, not necessarily of Islam, where do you think they should go to find the truth?
Well, I think that a good place to turn to is to read the Quran. I mean, the fact is I have met young people who could recite the Quran in Arabic, but who didn't understand a word of Arabic. So they can recite the words, but it's essentially phonetics. Now, it's good that they can do that, but I'd say dig down into the meaning. What do the words mean? And then understand the hadith and understand the cultural and the time and understand these things that are critically important to having a good grasp. And then read Islamic history and read about how Islam was not a fearful society looking backward, but was a courageous society looking forward. And this is the way that people said, you know, this Islam, you seem to be a serene, fair-minded person. What helps you be that way? Tell me more about it. This is the way people will be exposed to Islam, not through fearsome, angry sort of things, but through love, through compassion, through fairness, through good character.
What makes Muslims in America think like this? Why are you so different compared to Muslims in other parts of the world?
Well, you know, I will say, in fairness to Muslims in other part of the world, that I've received tremendous hospitality wherever I've went. I've had a great time in Pakistan and enjoy that country tremendously. Great believer in Pakistan and believe in the future of Pakistan, inshallah. And Egypt and other parts of the world that I've been privileged to visit. But I'll say in America, you know, we do, as I was mentioning before, have to work on an interfaith basis because so many of our friends and neighbors and coworkers are not Muslim. We've got to get along with them. But I think that the best thing for people to do is to remember that, you know, you can get more with a positive approach than a negative one.
What would be your message to the Muslim world?
Reach out, look forward, be brave about the future, have faith that God is going to work it all out for you if you are a religious person, and don't be fearful, don't withdraw from the world, but think about how you can make a mark in this world that we're walking into right now in a positive contribution. I would say that the Muslim world has much to offer the rest of the world, and that these gifts that the Muslim world has to offer shouldn't be held back, and that particularly the Urdu-speaking world in Pakistan and Bangladesh and parts of Europe and the United States has a great tradition, and the world needs to know what you have to offer. So by all means, offer it.
Is there any possibility that I might be talking to the future first Muslim American president of the United States, keeping in view that 2020 is not that far away?
Only God knows that. But let me just say this. I love the job I'm doing, and I believe that my goal is to be the best representative of the 5th Congressional District of Minnesota I can possibly be. And that's all I'm worried about right now.
And that means that you might run?
It means that I'm not making any plans to run. I'm just trying to keep my eye on the ball. Like, do they play cricket there in Pakistan?
They love cricket.
Well, see, if you're going to try to hit that ball with the bat, you got to watch that ball, right? And you don't want to look past the ball. You want to look at the ball, right? So I'm just keeping my eye on the ball.
I'll take that as a yes. But I thank you so much for your time, Congressman.
Thank you very much.